That day that I'm saying, 8 years since I saw my dad, that day we moved out. I cannot. It was on Sunday.
Yeah, you are moving out. You have someone now to provide.
Before we did move out,
Please allow me.
my story is very complicated. That period before we moved out, it was a bad one. It was raining hurricanes and storms in our family. Allow me to say that. I was in Form 3. This is injury moment. I'm going to Form 4.
Yeah.
My sister is in Class 8. She's sitting for exams. My other sister, she's transitioning to Class 8. My other sister is in college. She needs school fees. My friend. My other sister, we had two sisters then in college. My brother was 2013. My brother had just graduated. You understand?
Yeah.
So these responsibilities were overwhelming. You understand? My dad is like, so you know I am the provider in this house, and I bet that time his job had considerably gone down, if I'm not wrong, because I think even that was among the factors that he was angry at that time. Our family was raining hurricanes and storms. One, because now my dad is like, wale ni lazima msome. Did you bring children to this world so that they can sit with you here, or did you bring them to radiate their future? You see, number one, we questioned that. I think that time I started questioning authority. You are my dad, but yes, you're supposed to provide for me. I didn't bring myself here. You're my dad. You understand? Number two, that time we had very many financial. We had financial ups and downs. So yes, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad emotionally. It was bad financially. It was just bad. You understand?
Yeah.
To some point, I think it pushed my mom to depression. And my mom was like, "Okay, I have persevered for 27 years. Please, it's time for me to make my leave." And why I love my mom to date, and why I respect, I love, not loving is not the right word. Why I respect my mom to date. My mom is the kind of person you will beat her and she won't fight back. You understand? She won't even go and tell majirani ati, oh no, Baba Trina amenichapa sijui nini. No, my mom was not like that. So even the day we were moving out, and we were moving out now 3 weeks later, by the time people come to realize what was happening in this house, it was bad. She was depressed. She didn't have anyone to share with. You see, such things, they are family. Marriage is family. You go to your relative and they're saying marriage ni kuvumiliana. Kuvumilia mwaka 27 kuchapwa jamani. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
No,
it doesn't really make sense.
27 years, some of your children are treated like they are not. You understand?
Yeah.
There are special ones and there are those who are not special. My brother was the one, belonged to the ones who are not special.
Who are not special. But for you are special to your dad.
We were special, but no. Special, mediocre. I don't know, it was fake special. My brother was not special. Let me just take you back a bit.
Yes.
My brother, you see, when you were your first child, my dad was very particular about education, not in a good way. You see, that time, I think his own parents used to think education is all about being engineers, being doctors, doing law. Now you're supposed to, the bar was high. My brother, he scored 407.
Wow.
My dad wanted for 50. And you know, you couldn't bargain with my dad. He was beaten.
417 marks.
4 or 7 was
7.
beaten. He laid down. He was flogged a good one because of 4-7. And after that, my brother used to be irritated because ati sasa wewe umeletea nani 407 kwa hii nyumba?
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to be 450. Mbona wamekushinda? And I remember that time he was the best. He was the best in his school.
Yeah.
And he was the second best in Nairobi district. That time Nairobi was a district. But
Yeah.
my dad wanted for fifth. So that is where Chuki really began. A
Yeah.
good one between my dad and my brother. It was never good. It was never good after that. Because I remember my brother went to school 2 weeks to end term of first term. It was that bad. So
at that point, it is your dad who was providing. For
he is
you.
providing, but now you see he's
Yeah.
punishing the child because he didn't get 450.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
For 50 no school. It's like you've gotten 100 bucks.
Yeah.
So that is my brother was among those who are not special kids. It was bad. It was bad. Growing up was bad.
And where did it reach at that point? Okay, now you have moved out. You are with your mom. You are now 6 siblings. She's now the person who is supposed to provide. How was it?
It was hard, but I always say one thing. God gives you grace to take you through everything with trust.
Yeah.
There is something called God's grace. You don't know how.
Yeah.
You don't know how, but it's just the grace. I tell you, we moved out of a house. We moved out of a 2-bedroom house to a 1 single, like this one, and we were 7 kids then.
So how are you managing? I'm sorry to ask that, but how are you managing?
That is a good question. I like it because when I remember,
Yeah.
I just see how God's grace has been, the sufficiency of God's grace. I'll tell you for a fact. That time, you understand when we have moved out. My brother has finished uni.
Yeah.
He's trying to juggle between and get a job. You
Yeah.
understand? I am going to Form 4.
Oh.
My sister is going to Form 1.
Yeah.
Another sister of mine is in class 8. All of these responsibilities pointing to my mom alone. My other sister had to drop out of college to help my mom provide.
Oh.
My other sister had to start hockey. It was not hockey. She had to start doing rounds with Nairobi News. She came to work for Nairobi News. That time was print. It was not online. So she used to circulate those newspapers. You can imagine. It was very hard. School fees, rent, mind you, rent was 2,800, but it was very hard. We used to take 1 meal a day. I will never forget. One. I don't want to talk like I am addicted to sympathy or what.
Yeah.
But it was bad because you know that time, what I've not said, my sister had a kid.
Oh.
These were among the reasons my dad didn't like the first lot. We are 7 kids, yeah? There are 3 who were born first, my brother and my 2 sisters, and then my mom took a grace period and then we came.
Yes.
So it's like we are 2 lots, 2 of us. So my dad didn't like the children. One factor was because my brother scored 407. The second one was because my sister had a kid. And for a parent, you should question, why are your children having kids?
Yeah.
Okay, they are having kids in your house. Why? Maybe that is the only place, yeah? You understand? That is the only place they find being with other people is their safe spaces. You understand?
Yeah.
You are seeking safe spaces in people who end up being the wrong people because your dad has not told you this is right, this is wrong. Of course, you'll ask, why didn't your mother say? But there are some things you can't overwhelm your mother with everything. There are some things which dads are supposed to tell you, this is not right, this is right. You understand? So that time my sister had a kid, my brother was working, we were there. Now this is life in another phase, different. How is it called? Another life in another phase, different features of life. For the first time, we showered in a bathroom which was not inside the house since I was born.
Yeah.
That
So
was
now it is another transition of
the
life.
transition was very different. Eating one meal.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes when we were at my dad used to take one meal when he had just refused his not providing. You understand?
Yeah.
But now this was seemingly normal. Inafika 4 we start tunaanza kuwasha jiko because we want to eat. It was bad. It was bad. Let me just say, I can't explain the weight of bad, but it was bad. You can understand. It was bad. My mom would go and wash for people. Yeah, like that. It was bad. That place was not even clean. It was not a clean environment. Imagine the toilets are outside. The toilets, you'll go there and things are yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
I can imagine. So you have finished your high school, and at that point now your mom is the one who's providing.
You
She's
see,
the one.
let me tell you. That time we moved out, I was going to 2014. I was in Form 4. I finished school with 17 years. I can't forget. 2014 I was in Form 4. So that time, you know, when you're going to Form 4, there are so many things needed.
Yeah.
As 844, you need to provide money for CD certificate. I remember there were so many things. If I am not wrong, there was money for certificate to register for KCSE. You imagine now that money. I don't know. It was fairly pricey, but now for us it was a big deal because people didn't even afford food.
Yeah.
3 meals a day was hard. So how am I expecting my mom to get that money? My brother is also the one hustling to provide.
Yeah.
You know,
But now you are a grown up woman, and I know there are things that you wish you had when you were a child, and now you don't have a father figure in your life. How has life been since now? You know, umeanza kujijua.
the way it has been for me. Number
Yeah.
one, let me call them lessons that I've learned
Yeah.
without a dad. Number one, having a dad is important. Having a dad is important, very important. Because you imagine when I was in uni, my friends were like, hey, I want to call my dad, I want to do this.
Yeah.
You are thinking you want to call it? Your mom is your dad.
Yeah.
Your mom is providing the basics. You can't call your mom ati mom, nataka pesa ya salon, nataka sijui pesa ya nini.
Yeah.
So it has taught me to be independent. Not independent, the one lady said. I had to go out of my way to look for a job while still in school.
Oh.
So that I could cater for the expenses my mom could not. You understand? It has taught me to be independent. It has taught me to love my mom more and appreciate my mom more. Because you understand, he is paying school fees. She is the one who is there. She's the one who is teaching you. She's the one who, you know, when you're growing up, not every time you are at the same page with your siblings. She is the one resolving conflicts in the house.
Yeah.
She is the one who is supposed to face the landlord at the end of the month. She is the one who today I say my sister is pregnant. She's the one who will have to face that, and she'll have to take the responsibility.
Yeah.
She's the one who, when my sister is getting married, you understand, when my sister was being married, she's the one who will have to answer, why is she coming alone?
So your dad didn't even come for your sister?
That was baadaye.
Okay.
We left my dad in 2013. My sister got married in 2018. My mom was the one who had to sit. My mom has had to learn the hard way to know dad roles.
Yeah.
Sitting down, I assume dowry, there are some things there's a big part men play. My mom has had to be the one to play these parts. She has filled all the dad responsibilities, the dad roles in our life. Even though she has not been 100 in it, I believe she has been perfect in her imperfect.
Wow.
That is what I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So Trina, how has it affected, like not having a father figure in your life? how has it affected you as a woman? Because I believe sometimes we reach at a point in life whereby we want to be loved. We are looking for those girls, for those boyfriends, for maybe a husband. How was it been for you to undergo all that?
So you see how for me now, when I'm looking for a man, everybody has this cutout expectation for them for a man. My number one, I don't question, you don't question, no violence, please. Emotional violence, physical violence for me doesn't work. No assumptions about that out. I don't compromise. It's either you can or you cannot. If you're violent, you're out. You are just out for me. That for me has been number one. A violent person for me, we cannot prove. Yeah. Number two, I look for people who are there. I try as much as possible when I am looking for men. When I'm looking, when I'm trying to fulfill this love thing in my life. Yeah. I look for someone who will you be there emotionally for me when I need you? Yeah. Will you be there to not ati today nataka pesa ya nini? No, will you be there when I am in my lose? Yeah. Will you be there when I'm sitting in my win? Yeah, you understand? Another thing when I look for, I think those are emotions and violence. And two factors.
Have you you have childhood traumas? Has it reached at a point in your life whereby maybe you have accepted yourself, yes, I do not have a dad, and how was the acceptance for you to accept that I do not have a dad? I don't know where it is, but I accept it. How was acceptance part for you?
Let me first say, I'll say this statement from my mom. When you accept yourself, I can't stay in a state of atrophy because I don't have a dad. I mean, life goes on. Lesson every time. Life has to go on. When you accept yourself, you grow in that you don't have a dad. So how will that not having a dad shape you to be a good person? Yes. Not a person who is broken. Not somebody who is broken taking their brokenness to other people. You see? So for me, I've accepted I don't have a dad. And anytime I'm feeling like that factor is a downer for me, I cry to myself. I talk to God. I don't let it get to the better part of me, because at the end of the day, it gets a better part of me. Then what? That is time you're wasting. You understand? Yeah. And of course, I understand when I have moments like that, my mom is always there. You see, because my mom has become an iron lady. She has learned to be like that, and she has learned.
Alright, so at what point do you and your family accept that now we do not have a father figure in our life and we have to move on? We have to accept this.
We had moved on even before we had moved on. I mean, my dad was there, but he was not there. Yeah. If that statement makes sense. We knew we had a dad, but we didn't have a dad. You see, there are some things we were being told, go and tell your father to. I think when I was in primary, there are some assignments you're being told, you go and your father will explain some things for you. I mean, he was not there. My mom was the one who used to anakaidia kutusaidia. Unaona? Yes. So we knew we didn't have a dad. So from the word go, we knew he was not there. You see? Yeah. From how he was acting around us, it's funny how we knew he was not there. We moved on before we moved on. And now when we practically moved on is when we moved out. That's 2013. And what even made us, what steered the moving forward is because now responsibilities were looking at us. Yeah, we can't stay in a state of atrophy because now he's not providing. You have to adjust. Have to adjust. You have to adjust it. Like he's not there, so because of responsibilities, you have to grow up and understand. Now you're supposed to do this because the person who was doing this is not there anymore, and you can't sit there waiting for the person. Please just move forward with your life.
So Trina, I believe there young people out there, even if it's not young, adult people out there, because I believe this thing usually gets into you even when you are still a grown-up woman. So I believe there are people out there who are like, okay, if Trina went through all this, then I can also conquer this. What would you tell them? What advice would you tell them?
I'll tell them what. I'll tell people who don't have dads. When you accept yourself, you grow. Don't look at what happened to you, and now you are a holder of bad scenarios in your life. Because you see, our life is like our life. I put life in this analogy. It's like you're pouring water into a sink. You're pouring water. Now you have this heart of yours filled with bad scenarios, bad memories, not so good. Now you're pouring that you want these good things in life, but you can't have these good things if you look at life with what happened to you in the past. It's like you're pouring water. Now you're pouring water with these particles. Those particles will clog at the sink. There's no way you'll keep on pouring this water until you remove these particles. So you just have to let go of bad scenarios. They are there, yes. Don't let them get into your head. Move on with life. Because you see, the minute you also hold them dear to your heart, you're blocking your ways you're blocking yourself in so many ways. You can't grow. God wants to bring something good into your life, but He can't bring because you're still holding on to something that you should just let go. Learn from it, fill your horn with oil and move. God will provide. For me, that is that.
Worry. And if you are out there and you are going through what Trina has gone through, I believe there is always a turning point in life. And as she has said, accept and move on. Because it takes some time to accept, but at long last, when you accept, it comes with a lot of joy in your life and growth at the same time. So accept and move on. Thank you, Trina, for coming, and I really wish you all the best as you proceed with your life and as you look for, your purpose in your life, because I believe you are still, growing, and it comes with a lot of things while you are still growing. So I really wish you all the best and keep at it. And you have been watching Inspire 7 with Miss Eunice, and I'll see you next Friday. Stay tuned.